Case of Matrix by Charge, gets walled off instantly. Now we see the Supercharger coming out. Nero is going to prioritize that. He realizes that is the target they need to get rid of. Gravitic Flux straight up into the air, sends them straight back down again. The Charge, they have enough picks here, which should be necessary, but Guangzhou drive by in the corridors. He's going to end up taking out Nero, beats him down as well. The Discord Orb assisted with that one. And Hangzhou Spark are in a very good position to just Spark fan. Nice little fade away Icicle as well. Now the Charge, so they've still got high ground, but look at this, they got to commit because the time is running low. The Dragon Strike is going to split them up. The freeze onto Assassin, but Immortality Field will keep him at least topped up. He won't be falling, but oh my word, the Halt straight into the Discord. Assassin's gone off the map. And an opportunity now for Guangzhou Charge to reassess where they want to be putting into this here. And Bebe, though, it feels like a lot of individual 1v1s just kicking off all over the place. Bebe gets the better of Nero. Still, though, the Charge, they flip the point in their favor. This is necessary for them. Great Halt comes out from Rio. They can get a kill. No Resurrect available, obviously not running the Mercy, so he's not going to be back in this fight. And Happy's just hitting heads. Bazzi falling, crumbles. The Spark in a disastrous position, and they're not even able to touch the point here. Happy just putting on an absolute show for us.
Yeah, and that would have made such, I mean, I hate to keep harping on about it, but it would have made such an enormous...
Already on 30%. The Ice Wall from the Spark now looking for opportunities. Big Bionade from Shu, but it's going to be meaning that they do get an equal trade here as Rio just gets destroyed, demolished, taken out of the point, but both teams lose a tank. And the Charge, when they have the high ground like this, they will abuse it, they're going to use it, and they're going to clean you off the point. Happy. 3 kills. In case you can't read the kill feed, sometimes I miss it, but there it is. Give him the 4th. Job's done.
That's pretty huge, yeah. The way that these two
shots coming out, Assassin, he's being punished, he's being pressured from every single angle. Godspeed finally puts an end to it, and now the Hangzhou Spark going to have to start expending a couple of ultimates to win this one. They do take out Rio. But Nero's flexing over to the Tracer. I still think that this is going to be in the Spark's hand. This should be their win with the picks they've got. But they are going to be happy to Charge, that is, the amount of progress they managed to get onto that point.
Definitely. 82% is fantastic.
Now the Transcendence now from them. Look at that. My goodness. No Shatter. Sent straight up into the air, but the Hulk goes for the Charge. He pins him against the wall. Guangzhou goes down. They are going to end up trading. But Nero, I mean, he's got the skills. He's got the Icicles, and it's enough damage to really just lay into them here. The Charge are in control of the objective. It's going to block them off. Guangzhou, great Immortality Field, just in the nick of time. The Blizzard is now going to get used here. The Dragon Strike on top. It all collapses. It all layers on top of one another. And that is going to be so many picks going in the way of Charge's favor. It'll be a miracle now for the Spark to try and take this one. But I think we are going to be just seconds away now. And there you have it. Guangzhou Charge going to be taking map number 1 in control of the objective, not letting them get any more sort of space. And now the 1v1 into the corridors. Godspeed ends up coming out on top, and that is his go time. He can take a more aggressive angle straight into them. Nice little shot there from him. Neptuno falling. And the Hangzhou Spark are looking quite clean and quite clinical.
They certainly are, and you look at the ults that were
remaining. Somebody does touch the card, so the overtime is going to end up starting to tick now, but the Dragon Strike is going to split them up. Kron going down. He didn't get to use his Gravitic Flux. Start to see them getting frozen here. And it looks like the Spark are really coming out on top. The picks are going their way completely. No one touching the card in the time, or not able to get close enough to it at least. And the Spark are going to angle, seeing if he can get a pick off now. Assassin loads up the accretion, doesn't find anything with it. Getting frozen up now, the shield. Ooh, that pick up onto Nero, and that could be it. Assassin falls though, a 1-for-1 trade, but that holds straight in. Neptuno falls, and you've just lost one of your main healers. It's just Shu with the heals provided, and the Spark just roll it in. They are going to take map number 2, and it lack heals. They're going to lack a damage output. They're going to lack a lot here, so they have to make aggressive plays, and that's exactly what they're doing. You see the Transcendence was used, the Ice Wall. They pick off Assassin, and they managed to find another one onto a door as well, so they may be able to hold this. But Guangzhou still a threat on the point. Takes out Rio. The Dragon Strike is wonderful. Happy sets it up. Bebe ends up going down. The Halt, last-ditch effort there from the Supercharger gets destroyed by Happy. Happy taking an off angle. Blizzard is going to be used onto the point. No one able to really touch this one. No one able to really connect onto the point here, but still winnable now for the Spark. Nice little Transcendence being used here by Bebe. Keeps the team alive. Now the Graphitic Flux comes up, and it should be a free kill here onto at least the backline. So maybe one of them. No, not quite. Spark's still in it, still surviving. Krong trying to get the off angles, trying to see if he can hit a couple of these shots, but it looks like the Spark are winning this one out, the battle of attrition. Don't count them out just yet.
Shu's going to come back in with a Transcendence here. He's trying to run his way in, and he's going to heal everybody up.
That is ridiculous, managing to turn this one around, and no one's able to touch the point. What is that, 84%? That's all the Spark managed to achieve. And you need to capitalize off the halts, and Krong with the spam around the corners. They need to start contesting the point, but the Spark are crumbling. They're falling to pieces before our very eyes. The Charge just waltzing onto the point. They're making an absolute meal out of it. Look at them. All they've got is a couple of more stragglers to clean up, and that is going to be the map. Surely, if they stay alive, there you have it. Guangzhou Charge. Very one-sided affair on Icon Vault. I like it.
Push people behind.
Okay. Rotation comes around here. So now the Charge.
But the Spark have pushed in aggressive. So this is a great counter reaction here coming out from the Spark. As soon as you realize you're in a 6v4, they push aggressive. There's no way that Nero and Krong are going to be able to backcap. It's not that kind of composition.
The worst duo to make a TV series out than May and Sid. But here we have it. The initiation comes out as Spark try and take just a little bit of a reactionary gameplay coming out from them. Happy does get the pick off, and the backline was meandering around. As you can see, Nero and Krong were all the way to this point on Hanamura, and look at this. Is Spark even going to be able to contest this? I don't think so. They're going to try to. They're going to try and push their way on, but remember, you're not running a Lucio. You can't speed boost your way on. Luckily, we are in an era where they are going to get very fast respawns. I mean, now, it's not even like the Charge have to kite it back. They are just going to be waiting for their resources to come back up. They're going to be waiting to build up an ultimate or two, and now it is go time. Hulk comes out, beautiful setup, Adora goes down, but a reactionary play from the Hangzhou Spark. The Dragon Strike comes out, and that splits him up, takes out Krong.
On the high ground. It's easy for them to put pressure on the Sigma here, but the ults are going to be so powerful for the Sparks.
A lot of damage, and now we see the Blizzards being rotated between them. Spark finding a pick, but Happy as well. Halted forward, Adora forced to use the Ice Block, and enforcing the Spark's positioning. They have to play aggressively here to try and save their team. Say no, it's going to be all over. Luckily, they find a pick in the form of Nero. Neptuno follows shortly. Looking for it now. Still holding on. The Spark, they need to get a pick off here if they want to try and defend this one. Nero, the Blizzard gets laid down. Gushway has to fortify, so he survives. Turns his back to them, but destroyed. Taken out of the fight. Godspeed switching over to the Widowmaker. A last-ditch effort for him to try and make something work, to make something happen. Bebe, it's rotated itself all the way down into the background here, laying in the damage from afar, seeing if he can get anything done. But Charge still in control once more. Happy with the headshot onto Adora, taking out the necessary targets. No one is contesting to Bebe, but I don't think it matters. Still, we're looking for that second tick now. We start to see the stall heroes coming out. Godspeed onto the Tracer, but recalls away. Does not have that on cooldown, and he will fall. The Charge, they managed to find their way back onto the point. Neptuno moving over to the Moria just so he can get back into the fight in time. And they are building up these ultimates effectively. Happy uses the Dragon Strike, takes out Assassin. They need just a couple of picks. Bebe being assaulted in the back line. That was their one opportunity, their one advantage that they had to try and win this one. It's going to be so tough for them now as Gushway gets pressured on a sliver of HP, and finally he will fall. Godspeed tries his best, not quite good enough, and there it is, the Guangzhou Charge. I am actually very impressed by the way they managed to hold on to that point. Normally when fights go right now, Spot's one.
This is so crucial.
This is his time to shine right now. Forces out the Transcendence. I mean, that's not bad, but the trouble is right now, the Spark are getting picks. If you're a Charge fan, it's not ideal. Christian comes out, connects onto the two of them. Spark are rolling this one in. Wonderful pickups for them. Nero tries to clutch it, sends out the Blizzard, but to no avail. 4 minutes on the clock right now, and now it is just stagger time. Krong out of position has set this one up for the Spark. They are rolling with it, and 3 minutes 54 seconds in their time bank. That is magical for the Spark.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even though Guangzhou played that,
also trying to divide them, conquer them if they will, if they can. Shots pumping out, trying to get something out onto Rio here. The key now is going to be for the Guangzhou Charge to try and survive this. Losing Rio is not good at all, but still winnable here for the Charge. Blizzard now for Nero. He might opt to be using this one. The trouble is, what target are you even connecting this onto? Nero has to use his Ice Block to survive. The Immortality Field as well. Amplification behind a pick or two, but it's difficult for them. But now we see the Nana being used. Great sleep from Shu as well. The mechanics are definitely there. Happy having to fan the hammer. The pulse pump comes out. Boom forward. Happy. Oh, no, no, no. Caught out of position. Still alive, though, but not for much longer, it feels like, whereas the rest of the charge are just crumbling, falling to pieces. And the Spark are going to be able to capitalize and take this first opening round, or at least get the first capture of it.
Very nice work.
It's blade time for Godsby. Gets whip-shotted backwards. He's trying to find an opening. He gets a pick at least onto Rio. That's better than one was expecting from that one. The Spark are still holding on to this one. As I said, Guangzhou was immediately back in the fight. Even if you get a pick onto the Wrecking Ball, they have so much mobility. They're able to just make it straight back in. It's almost as if they never left.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the
Have been pretty huge for him. You can see Krong trying to go for it, but look at that Earth Shatter! 4 people, I think, just went down. Rio clutching it up. What is it about this section of Nepal? Huge Earth Shatters. It seems almost synonymous with one another. And you can see that has opened it up, and the charge, they needed a miracle play like that. Rio delivered.
It only seems like yesterday that we were casting the Washington Justice as they were in a map 5 series on Nepal and Rawhead, pulling the Guangzhou Charge apart and trying to look for individual kills.
Guangzhou is waiting patiently in the back line as a good ball player would. They'll be trying to set up now. The bombs come down, power drive. It's a classic combo. You're going to try and push them into the bombs itself. Godspeed now with the blade. Dash reset is there. Goes for the deflect, but oh my goodness, you mistimed it. And Happy, he's punished you. The 3K for him. 2 with the dead eye. Follows it up. It's those kind of clutch plays that the charge, they are known for. And DK connects onto Rio and Shu. They are in a disasterly position. And Bazzi with a pick onto Happy. I gotta say, Godby with this blade might just be the cleanup they need. And there you go. The Spark able to just push out the charge away from the point. They get the capture. And at that point, it was just a matter of time waiting for Bazzi if he wants to try and use it. Try and clutch this one up. They need it. That is a beautiful amount of bullets. Takes the nano boost to keep Nero up. Very, very, very loaded punch of the Bazzi. He just walked straight into him. Provided him the shield he needed to survive, if you will. Doesn't want to try and size him time. In fact, he's got no abilities to use. He gets caught out of position, but Guangzhou gets knocked, I believe, off the edge there by Rio. Environmental kills abound. Godsby has the blade, but the question is, you want to use that against the rallying Brigitte? Are you mad? That's just schoolboy errors there from Godsby. And I've got to say, maybe the pressures get into him a little bit.
Yeah, that was not a great play coming out from Godsby. He saw an opportunity, but just blinker vision onto the Brigitte, and he's opened the door here for the Guangzhou Charge.
Here he goes, Power Driver gets shielded away, so Guangzhou was there, ready and waiting. Nero just still waiting for the go button, the opportunity. Big punch onto the wall here. Now it's go time. There you go, lay it down, and no one's able to touch the point. You don't even need the kills. The Grav did all the work. And I gotta say, that comp, when it works, but the danger is always
some crazy work.
Coalescence doesn't really get too much, brings him out very, very low, and I spoke too soon. Nero was set up there for the barrage. That was the 1-2 combo. Shu just getting the trickle damage needed to set them down low enough for Nero to really take advantage of it still. The Spark are in control at this point, and it looks like they want to fight it. Bebe ends up using his Transcendence, keeping his team topped up. There's no Bionade to try and negate that kind of healing. Happy trying to work his way around there. Nero ends up collecting the kill onto Bebe. Eventually, it feels like Charge should retake this one. Not without a fight here. As you can see, Guangzhou moves back into the fight, finally spawned. Happy using the pulse bomb will get the D-Mech here. And they have to start expending ultimates here because it's getting a little bit saucy. It's getting a little bit spicy. Spark's still able to try and recontest this. The wall will allow them control of the point once more. And the Spark are actually retaking this one. Guangzhou doesn't have heals. His teammate just came in the nick of time, but Bebe on the Moira was not enough to keep him up. The Charge, as long as they clean up, Godsby, as they do, they are going to be able to recap this one.
Yeah, that was a lot more shaky than it should have been because Shu,
the Charge, are kind of in control of this right now. The pulse bomb connects here onto Guangzhou, brings him very low. He has to skirt his way back out of it. Nero's going to be traded 1-for-1, but the Coalescence is going to be doing so much damage to them right now. The heals, as long as it's there. Neptuno does fall, but Shu, he needs to stay alive. 44 HP. Backs his way around the corner. Krong cleaning up the remnants on this point.
This pulse bomb from Bazzi, it's got to be huge.
Shu moves back here, but Krong's going to be looking to try and get a nice grab off. Try and push him away from the point, if you will. Look at him. Any sort of solo grab might work, and they pull them off the point with the grab! Guangzhou Charge, they take them series!